In this video, I am going to share with you 3 attitudes to become insanely attractive to men and stand out from other women. We know that men are visual and they are first attracted to your looks. And then comes the non-visual aspects of you, such as your personality, your energy, your aura, and your attitude. And that's the reason why sometimes a man could approach a woman because he is attracted to her physically, but then loses interest after spending some time with her. This is something that happened to me a couple of times before, where I would get approached by someone who was attracted to me physically, and we would date for some time. But here's what I noticed. I noticed that I remained attracted to those men that I was not interested in. But somehow, the ones that I very much cared for and was interested in eventually lost interest in me. And I figured the only difference between these 2 scenarios was me. I was not being myself around men who I really liked. So I figured that it's not that I don't have an attractive personality or that I am not an interesting person, but it's the fact that I was not being myself around men who I liked, and that made me less attractive to them. The key is to become your true self. So in this video, I will give you 3 keys to becoming your true self again. And I'm using the word again because there was a time where you were your true self, and that was in your early childhood. And as you grew up, you went through social, religious, and other forms of conditioning. And that's when you slowly drifted away from your true, authentic self that is very attractive to people. 1. You have to detach from the outcome. If you want to be super attractive to men, you really have to go out there with the mindset that you don't need a relationship. Maybe you want to be with a man, but you don't need one. So you become indifferent to what happens. Therefore, you don't try to control the outcome. Being detached comes down to accepting that you may never have a relationship and that you are okay with that. I know this is very hard. I very much grew up with the idea that if I don't have a relationship, I am somehow inadequate and incomplete. But I've come to realize that life, in its own twisted way, tends to give people the things that they want when they no longer need them. Precisely because they don't project neediness and desperation. And if you wonder why it makes you attractive, being detached makes you more relaxed, more easygoing, not too worried about anything, more fun to be around, and more like yourself because you really don't care. And you will naturally have a different attitude and a more playful one. You'll be more curious. You won't be thinking and asking yourself, is he marriage material? Does he have a good job? What is his credit score? And other kinds of boring things like that. I'm going to make another video on how to work on your attachment and become detached. So make sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell to be notified when the video comes up. 2. Embrace your shadow. Be the girl with an edge. For those who don't know what the shadow self is, here's a definition from Wikipedia. In analytical psychology, the shadow, also known as ID, and shadow aspect or shadow archetype, is either an unconscious aspect of the personality that the conscious ego does not identify in itself, or the entirety of the unconscious. That is everything of which a person is not fully conscious. In short, the shadow is the unknown side. And my take on the shadow is all of the unknown and the suppressed. And I believe it was Carl Jung, the famous Swiss psychiatrist, who extended the definition of the shadow to everything unconscious. In other words, the shadow self is all these parts of you that you try to keep suppressed, hidden, ignored, or abandoned. Examples of that would be insecurities, fear, greed, anger, hatred, jealousy, addictions. Why am I talking about this? Because a huge part of what makes an attractive person, beyond the looks, is acceptance of the shadow self and the inner peace that comes with this acceptance. Think about why women are attracted to bad boys most of the time. Not all aspects of these men are actually bad. Why are some men awful at work and in business, but are actually great husbands at home? Why are men attracted to unbothered women who clearly don't care about them? What I think these people have in common, men and women, is that they all embrace their shadow, meaning they are aware that they actually have a shadow. And instead of keeping it suppressed and ignored, they bring it up to the surface and are able to turn its negative energy into a positive energy. In a nutshell, a person who embraces their shadow is someone who fully accepts all aspects of themselves, and that allows them to control it instead of controlling them, and redirect it in a way that serves them and does not harm them. And what happens is that people around them can sense that they have this power. They can sense their freedom. And that's what makes them so attractive, because these people are part of a minority of people who fully accept and embrace themselves. So if you want to become super attractive to men, you need to do your shadow work. You can find loads of information that explains exactly what shadow work is. 3. Be mysterious. There's something very powerful about being mysterious. And there is a reason why thrillers are a genre in the movie industry. And that's because human nature loves mystery. And what happens with men is that when they don't know things about you, they just can't help but think and wonder. And so inevitably, you occupy a lot of space in their mind. Their mind will also fantasize about pieces of the puzzle that they can't seem to figure out, and they will try and fill in the blanks. Okay, to sum up 3 things that will make you super attractive. Number 1, detach from the outcome. Number 2, embrace your shadow. And number 3, be mysterious. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a like and share it with your friends. Thanks for watching.